Ladies and gentlemen, 30 years ago, the 1988-89 Michigan men's basketball team capped one of the most memorable seasons in program history and shocked the world with its first national championship, claiming the crown in dramatic and unforgettable fashion. Please turn your attention to the Chrysler video boards as we take a look back on their historic championship run.
Michigan's road to the Final Four started in Atlanta against Xavier.
Now out to right.
Fisher taking over, he really instilled in us, hey, listen, nobody thinks we're going to win. Let's go out there and show them. So he kind of put a little bit of chip on our shoulder.
They come from behind and defeat Xavier 92-87.
Next up, South Alabama, where Rice took his game to another level. Mills worked inside and finished with 2 dozen.
You look at the type of talent that we had on our team, and we realized that if we go out and everyone play up to their capabilities, we could win.
Got the right three-pointer straight away. Yeah!
Michigan marched past the Jaguars and into the Sweet 16. Waiting for them at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky was Dean Smith and North Carolina, the same Tar Heels program that knocked Michigan out of the big dance the previous 2 seasons.
There's Robinson in a double team, 18 on the shot clock, right wing to Higgins, baseline right, Rice, three-pointer, he got it down there!
We kept each other accountable. You know, we had good senior leadership on our team. They kept everybody even keel.
1-0, and it's over, and the Wolverines make it to the finals of the Southeast Regional.
Virginia, another ACC team, stood in their way in that regional final, but the Cavaliers never had a chance as Michigan ran up and down the floor. Rice registered another big game with 32. Sean Higgins came off the bench and buried 7 threes on his way to a 31-point effort. When the offensive onslaught ended, it was 102-65. Next stop, the Final Four in Seattle with conference foe Illinois.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Doom.
Blanc. What you got in your cup?
I'm drinking on some champagne, some rosé.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Some Chandon.
Okay.
Okay, Ray, we on, man.
Oh, wait a minute.
It says water to wine. Okay.
There it
So,
is.
All right.
Hit it, Ray.
Hey, what's up, world? We live and direct, man. As always, we doing it the safe way. We doing it at home, we quarantine. We doing it as we should. We got a special guest on here today, man. We got one of the Hall of Fame. This is a big brother to me. This is the reason I put on the blue. This guy I got coming on and speaking to us tonight. They talk about the Fab Five, but we stand on the shoulders of these men. These men laid the foundation. They took it to the next level. They did something the Fab Five wasn't able to do. They actually won the championship. I got none other than Big Brother, national champion, Michigan Wolverine, NBA All-Star to me. He looked like Iceman to me. He played like
sure
Iceman.
do.
He put Gervin behind him.
He do.
What's up, Higgs? What's up, Higgs?
Hey, man, listen. You know, you talk about the Iceman. I got him on my wall, man, because that's who I want to be like. And then you talk about the Fab Five that came up after us. They wanted to be like us. You understand?
Exactly.
And that's what made them cold. It was like looking at my little brothers, man. You know, it's like, man, it just was something that was heartfelt, man, just to see. Because it came out of nowhere, because I was already in the league when the Fab Five came to Michigan. I didn't know, you know, Jalen and Chris and Juwan and Ray and Jimmy and all those guys was going to come to Michigan after us. I thought after we left, the program was going to struggle. And then when they came in, no, I did, man. And when they came in, and then I thought about how.
Hold on, Higgs. Hold on.
Okay.
I gotta do it right. And my part time, man, my big dog, Mr. Bobby Mack. You know what I'm saying? I call him Worldwide B. We have the host on him, the host locker room down. We introducing Worldwide Bobby to his right. That's his wife. She's the international superstar.
oh Lord. Oh, take something off of that, Ray.
Bobby Mack.
Take something off of that, bro.
Hey, Bobby Mack, all love to you.
Bobby and Bobby. Nice to meet you.
Bobby. Well, look, Higgs, let's get right to it, Higgs, because we got a lot of people that want to know some things about you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You were a perennial American coming out of high school. Originally, you were born in Michigan, but you moved to California. Yeah. What brought you back to Ann Arbor, man? What made you come back after being an All-American in California? What happened with that process?
Well, you know, man, what happened with me, man, I played football first. And, you know, in Michigan, you know, Ann Arbor is a football town. And, you know, I left Ann Arbor when I was 11 years old, man. And I came back because, you know, when you grow up in Ann Arbor, you know, you have I was born in Detroit. My whole family from Detroit, east side and the west side. But my mother got me out of the D because she didn't want me to grow up around, you know, all the madness. And so when I was in Ann Arbor, man, I always was around the program because my uncle, my mother's youngest brother, went to Michigan. He was a walk-on on the football team. And so Michigan was just in my blood, man. You know, I went on my recruiting trips, and I was just like, you know, y'all just going to have to be better than Michigan. I gave everybody a little love on my recruiting trips. I went to Louisville. I went to Kentucky. I went to UCLA, and I went to Texas. I actually took a recruiting trip to the University of Texas. The Longhorns.
Who was coaching at the
time? Bob Wetlick.
Who was?
They had Travis Mays. Yeah, they had Travis Mays. They had one, the point guard. He was the man. I forgot his name. But they you know, yeah, man. University of Texas, man, had a squad. So, you know, and I'm a country boy at heart, man. I ain't grew up in it, wasn't raised in the country, but all of my people from the country. Like all my family from Mississippi, man.
Okay.
And so we all migrated up to Ann Arbor, up to Detroit, and it just became, something that just was embedded in me, the University of Michigan, through football.
So tell me this about the football. With the football, what position did you play? Because my man Bobby Mack was a football player, man, and he was a defensive end and brought heavy.
That's what I played. I played because I was tall. I played. No, for real. I never came off the field. I played defensive end and I played tight end because I was long. I wanted to play quarterback, but they didn't let me play quarterback because I could throw too hard. The little kids on the team couldn't catch my pass.
So they just left you at tight end and defensive end.
But look, I want to play defense, man, because I'd rather hit than not be hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bray.
Go ahead. What's up? Go ahead. What's up? I'm waiting on y'all.
You froze.
I know, because my phone, when you at home,
I want to tell
my phone.
Viewers is that okay? Because you freezing up a little bit. It's like Teddy Riley the other day.
Yeah.
The sound in the we might all sound like that. We can't hear ourselves. But I want to tell.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you great.
Okay.
Tell the viewers as they come in to share this video. Share with any groups that they are in that would like this content. And I hope everybody's doing awesome despite the COVID and us still being quarantined. So
hey man, let me tell y'all something about that COVID-19, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna have to listen. And the thing about us as black people is that we can't just go by what they put out there in the media on us. We gotta be cognitive and smart and think for ourselves.
Right. So what you think about them opening back up Atlanta, Georgia first of all the states? They are opening Atlanta, Georgia first. Do you think it's a setup, or do we think it's a setup, or it just needs to be businesses need to reopen?
No, I don't think businesses need to be open. I think that people need to stay in the house because you don't really know what this is all about. So it's best to be safe than sorry.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I'm wondering what
until we understand what's happening, you need to stay in the house.
Yeah.
So do you think, it's going to be some day parties popping in Georgia real soon. It's going to be some day parties and night parties. And I think, there's some conspiracy theorists that are saying this is like, they want them to be the guinea pigs to see what's going to happen. So.
It's going to be some day parties and some night death.
Oh, Lord.
That's what it's going to be.
We hope that doesn't happen because, at the end of the day, if you take care of yourself, you think about most of the people that's having issues with this are people that already had, illnesses.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
So if you healthy and take care of yourself, and stay away, keep your social distancing, you don't have to worry about getting infected.
Well, what's going on up there where you're at? What's going on with the COVID up there where you're at?
I'm in Las Vegas, and so they everybody kind of like, paying attention to what everybody's saying. Nobody's outside really, when I go to the grocery store because, obviously we got to eat.
Yeah,
most people got masks on. Everywhere you go, people got on masks.
So all the casinos are shut down, everything's shut down.
Yeah, all the casinos are shut down. Really the only thing open is the gas stations and the grocery stores, and some of the little restaurants are doing like pickup and delivery. But that's about it.
Oh, I know Vegas is ready to open back up.
Yeah, they trying to open it back up right now because they losing a lot of money. The economy is really suffering right now. But I don't know what's more important if you want to open the economy back up or you want people to die and get sick, because there's a lot of old people out here that they're gonna get sick if they open this up. There's a lot of people out here infected with that COVID that they don't know it.
Yeah, that's true. There's some conspiracy theorists that are saying they feel like they're not really taking the older people into consideration, because those are the people that are getting ready. They either receiving retirement or pensions or whatever, and they're not really taking their lives into consideration as much as they should be when they're determining when to open back up. But it's also an economy thing. And I've even heard that it has to run its course in order for people to build up immunity to it. And then
it really does. The way the so-called experts, they say you got to let it reach its peak. Mm-hmm. And once it reaches its peak, everything that rises got to fall. So once it falls, what do we do now when it twinkles back down in the certain communities that are not as prosperous?
Right.
Yeah, you understand? So that's what we got to prepare for as a community. We got to prepare for the downfall, what's going to happen after this.
And we can be some, I hate to say it, but we can be really hard-headed when it comes to stuff like quarantine and everybody being...
No, we're not hard-headed. We're not hard-headed. We're not hard-headed. You know what we are? We think we're invincible. We think we're invincible.
Yeah.
We think we're invincible because who we are. That's just in our DNA. And so that's good. That's the warrior in us. That's the soldier in us. But you got to learn how to manage it.
Yeah, that's true. We got to learn when to listen and learn when to go and use your best judgment.
That's right.
But this
hey, y'all hold on for a minute, man. Yeah. I gotta plug up my laptop. I only got 7% left.
Come on, Teddy Riley. Let's get plugged up.
Hey, y'all know how funny that is?
Yeah. That is
Look, let me tell you something. I was on the podcast earlier with Terry Mills and Glenn Rice, and Terry Mills couldn't come on. I was calling him Terry Riley. He couldn't figure out how to get off. I was like, you got the glasses on, man? God damn. Hey, baby girl, bring me my card up.
I'm calling you and Ray Teddy Riley today. Y'all Teddy Riley.
No, don't put me in that category. I still got 7% left.
Yeah, Ray, I tell you what.
Kelly Riley was echoing.
He was echoing.
He couldn't hear nobody. I can hear y'all.
Yeah, Ray got that froze.
And I got a real one behind me. I ain't got no fake background dancers.
But Teddy,
I got the Iceman behind me.
That's right, man.
Teddy had his whole staff trying to bring him charges. He could
right to the game.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
No, but I think we really need to pay attention to what's going on out here, man. And it saddens me that a lot of us really can't understand what's really going on. We do and we don't. You know what I mean? And I think, this goes to show you how other races look at us. You know what I mean? They look at us and say, "There they go. Look at them. This is what we're always talking about. This is what."
But you know what? Let me say something to you, man. In every group of people, there's different layers.
Hold on, Teddy. I mean,
hey, we might be starting next.
Your microphone echoing right now, right? Like Mr. Riley. What happened?
We haven't heard Ray Jackson in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that boy Ray just.
I'm enjoying the interview. I'm enjoying the conversation, man.
Yeah.
I just want to know what service provider are y'all on tonight?
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with me right now. Everything's set up the same way.
Yeah,
man.
It's a conspiracy.
Y'all can't see me. Y'all cut me out now.
I've never had this much problem. Never. It's always.
You know
let
what?
y'all keep telling it, and I'm gonna come in and out with the questions that y'all.
We've lost. I think he dropped off. What happened to Wiggins?
That 7% finally kicked in.
Oh shoot, we lost that. He was at 7%.
Ray, you need to apologize to the viewers.
Y'all,
we're having technical difficulties.
Internet.
I think what happened is.
Oh, we got Jimmy King.
What? What's going on here?
What you mean?
They say Jimmy King connected to the audio.
Yeah, we got Jimmy King coming in.
Yeah, a lot of different things happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I see eyeballs.
I don't know. My connection.
Yeah.
I see eyeballs. We got eyeballs. Y'all, we're having a Teddy Riley moment and Babyface moment. Right now, we're the contenders. Yeah. Our connection is a little bit like Babyface, but Ray is back on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we got movement. We got movement in the left corner and then maybe in the right corner coming up soon.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in.
Right. So B, all that we ain't doing all that apologizing and all that, man. It's the day of the internet. What you got for me with the Mac facts and where we going with that today, B? You know how that go, man. What's up, man?
I'm gonna go and give y'all. Let me go on and get it in before all this 6G and 5G start messing up. Let me go and get this in, man. You know what I mean? Because we need to keep this. Yeah. If 5G gonna be like this, they need. Oh man, look here, man.
Look at that.
Man, we got Jimmy King in the house, man. How you spend that off, man? Man, you must have been over his house or something, Jimmy.
Hold on, sorry about that.
Yeah. Say, man, how Jimmy pull that off, man? Everybody just don't got Jimmy. Everybody just ain't got Jimmy King on their channel, man.
There you go.
Let me explain it to you. In the midst of technical difficulties, this is a message to the world.
Yeah.
In the midst of storms, it's a gift and a blessing in that storm. So the world right now, is Jimmy King in the mix of technical difficulties.
Got it. I'm ready now.
Oh, I see you, baby. What's going on with you?
What's going on? I'm in a great state.
Man.
I'm back here. I'm back home getting some of that good weather. That's why I'm trying. That's why I got a difficult setup. I'm trying to hang outside as much as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to the Midwest without getting all the sun.
I feel you though, man. Ain't nothing wrong with you trying to go get a little something though, man. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what's up, Money? I miss y'all, man.
Yeah.
You already know what it is. I'm glad you popped in for me, my G.
Always, you know the deal, man. Always.
You know, the blessing is I got the greatest. Hey, I got the greatest 2 4s in Michigan history online tonight. You know what I'm saying? He old school, so his laptop ain't plugged up. I'm old school. My phone probably like 2G. It's probably like from 2007. So, you know,
yeah. Right. Act like, yeah. We doing what we doing. We just look. We were just talking about the COVID.
We was talking about the COVID a little bit. How is it impacting America? How is it impacting the sports?
Yeah.
Right now, it's impacting all the sports, but how it's impacting the sports, how it's impacting the economy and all of that. So how has it been impacting your state?
Well, Michigan is has some of the highest counts when it comes to the coronavirus. So, I think that kind of goes hand in hand with, some of the issues within the Black community when it comes to our health and nutrition. I think this is, something that, that's opening our eyes to see that, if there are some type of virus or diseases that are out there, they tend to attach to our community at, an alarming rate. So that's what's going on in Detroit. It's impacting a lot of different people. And, that 6 degree of separation isn't 6 degrees anymore. It seems like everywhere you turn or everyone that you talk to, someone within their family or friend has been impacted by it or has caught it. So, we just gotta be careful. We gotta be mindful. We gotta be able to, take care. Yeah, I see baby girls at baby girl.
Daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty girl.
What up, baby?
Yeah. Look at her. No, but what I was saying, King, was what I was saying, King, was Georgia opening up and it's not a good look because the cases haven't dropped down there. It seemed like they rising in Georgia. And I mean, we don't know what's going through this man's mind. And when he opened up a state for the whole state of Georgia, when you got other mayors who's not even agreeing with you, but still the governor, the only one can make that happen. And I mean, of course, man, a lot of us disagree with that. You know what I mean? And because it can really get ugly. You know what I mean, brother?
So, dog. I mean, at some point, we gotta, see. I think it's premature, to have people come back into society, and especially the places that they're saying that they want to open. Whereas you can't really practice social distancing, so it's kind of baffling, to me as to why. Why would he do something like
that?
Yeah, like the clubs and the bars and the barbershops and all of those places. I mean, and they said that their cases are actually rising. So to be honest, I feel like a lot of us have already been exposed to this virus, including myself, including my family in December month. I'm even thinking about going and getting a test because they have the antibody test that can show if you've already been exposed, already had it and and recovered from it prior to them finding out about it. So because we're younger and we, our immune system is a little more robust, my concern is not even for me or my children per se, because the odds of them not being able to recover from it are very slim to none. But the older people that we will be in contact with, they're the ones that are going to suffer, and they're the ones that are suffering the most. So I just feel like I'm not understanding how they're gauging this, this decision to reopen these states without taking the health of the elderly into consideration.
I don't think that's in their consideration or the concern. Obviously, when you got the leaders of the country talking about we need to get back to work for the sake of the economy, we might have to lose a few people in the process is, ridiculous. So I think that just lets you know where these people's, mindset is. They don't, it's not, shocking news to me. They ain't never cared about us.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you think they go just say, let's open Atlanta and see what happens?
The state with the most blacks.
Kind of like kind of like a litmus test. Like, let's see like how it goes. Kind of like like Flint. Flint to me is another example of a litmus test. They want to see, in our community, how tainted water obviously affects the growth of, children and families and people. So,
I want to stop and think. That's a great point you just made. Keisha just chimed in, and she's a nurse here. She's a nurse at hospice, and she tunes in regularly. A good friend of the show and of the family. But she said the testing is readily available. So I'm like, okay, so are they feeling that the testing is available? So, okay, let's open up the floodgates, because we do know that people can be asymptomatic and be shedding this virus well before they even show symptoms. So a test is really, it's just, I mean, you don't go get tested for the flu until you really start feeling really, really bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And oftentimes that's a few days in when you're trying to take over-the-counter medications and treat it yourself, and then you're like, okay, I need to go.
My concern is this: is that there are going to be so many misdiagnoses and more fear added on top of it, and then people begging for a vaccine or a vaccination, and it's going to end up being worse than the virus, and it's going to wipe out a lot of our people.
Yeah, and
the vaccine, you feel?
Correct.
Yeah, but so we don't understand. A lot of stuff come with that too, man. When you say that when you do that and it comes back like that, bro, it raises worrying and all kinds of anxiety, and people are not living in the right state of mind, which people don't live in it now. And that people don't understand, man. It's a lot of things that could go rogue with people, man. Some people, man, they think different. You know what I mean? They act different, man. And they like, yeah, I've been waiting for a time like this. And, you know, man, so you got to watch this stuff, man, because it gets crazy out here. I mean, anything can pop off at any time, people. We got to understand, any time. You know, it could be somebody got something wrong with them in their family, man, and you cut them off, or you just, it's all in your mind. A lot of it is, man. You know what I mean? And them times like that, and they come back and it start taking out a lot of people, man. These people gonna get serious, and
exactly.
It ain't no fun.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, dog. Sorry. This light.
Nah, you fine. You just gotta hit that motion on that.
RJ, bro, you back?
I can't stop these phone calls from coming through, man. It's
oh, they hit you up. Your line is on fire.
Yeah, you supposed to put in a note when you're on Facebook, put in no disturbance.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ray.
Yeah, man.
It's all good.
Lost Jimmy.
Yeah.
How's mom and papa doing up there?
He had to check out for a second. Both of y'all checked
we
out.
lost. Yeah,
man,
we
it's
lost.
just the max up here with just 5G. Man, we 5G.
Say, we've got baby face status right there. Okay, I'm just saying, we hitting up baby face status. We got Teddy back.
We got Teddy back, man. He good. What?
Hey, what class we gonna play? You know, because I was thinking about playing that club banger. Hey. Teddy kept.
We got them all.
We got Swiss Beats in the middle.
We got Swiss Beats came in.
We got it. Okay, we back on 5G now. Oh, man. It's not just them. It's impacting everybody.
It's the way of the world, dude.
I'm just saying, we baby face right now.
Yeah, you can't. You ready?
Yes, sir.
He on, man. Ray, you ready?
Bro,
don't worry about it.
We love you.
Ray, don't even worry about it, dog. Just think of it as you missed a layup and you could have dunked. I mean, anything like that, Ray. Anything.
Ray, go on your data. Are you on Wi-Fi?
He said ain't nothing changed from last week.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Are we good?
Or data?
I got calls coming through.
Oh.
Every time I get a call coming through, you know what I'm saying, it drops. Yeah. So I have to keep declining the call.
Sometimes my Wi-Fi acts up. Like at a certain time, a lot of people try to get on and it slows you down. It could slow your Wi-Fi down.
She said, that's not true. To Jason.
You are right about being careful about the message that's not being put out there. So yeah, Keisha was saying the messages that aren't putting out there about the COVID. So my question to you, Jimmy and Ray, if you can chime in, like, how do y'all think, I know this COVID is impacting the economy in general, but what impact do you think it's going to have on sports for next year? Or, I mean, you got folks trying to pick their teams, and what's the little thing on the phone called when you pick your dream team and your
fantasies
and basketballs and football. I mean, what impact do you think that this is going to have on sports?
I think I really don't know, but I think they're going to play with the possibility of, of having limited fanfare, or playing games with spacing, fans sitting with seats in between them.
Wow, man!
I don't see them scrapping the whole season, and I think, the NFL, with the season approaching, is going to kick that off. I think they're powerful enough, and I think, you got enough guys, young guys, who feel, that they can, not invincible, but the mentality of young players, young athletes, they want to get back on the field, and I feel that when they exhibit that, and then the general public sees that, they're going to start pushing for it, and we're going to get our football. But as far as the fanfare, I don't know how that's going to shake out. I think they're still trying to toy with, virtual games, doing it, having just the essential people in the gym or on the sideline, and then, playing the game and televising it, that way. So
just got to get ready for the new norm, man. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and I can't say this will be forever, but we got to prepare for the new norm, like Keisha said. Keisha said we have to prepare for the new norm. And I don't always say this, but let's be real, man. The earth always get a purge, okay? If you like it or not, it's been purging. It's just what we can't understand is this is our time, and it's happening in our time. And we got to understand that this is our time. People, it's nothing to say I'm sorry about, but you have to get out with the old and in with the new. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I talked to a doctor earlier today, and he was talking about, there's always been pestilence and things like that plagued the earth. I know when my grandmother was young, in her teens, she had to go to a TB camp for almost 3 years. Mm-hmm. Like 3 years, they had to get excluded, and that was real quarantine. Like you couldn't even be around anybody. You had to be off in a rural area. So, I mean, it's always going on. But it's just trying to adapt. And luckily, we have technology, so we have the ability to create vaccines and things of that nature. And they're already testing a vaccine, I believe. They've tested it on like 4 people. So I think once we have a vaccine and some sort of a treatment option like we have with the flu, even though more people have died from the flu than COVID in general, there's an option. And so I think people are just okay with having some sort of an option. It puts their mind more at ease. You can go get some Tamiflu, right? It ain't gonna cure the flu, but it'll help treat the symptoms. They don't know what will help treat the symptoms right now of the COVID. So I think that's where we're at with that.
I think what we should be telling our people is to do some holistic, type of remedies where, where it's almost ritual. We get up in the morning, we drink our tea, and, because the coronavirus is in our throat. We drink some tea, some hot tea, flush it to the stomach and kill it like it's a virus.
Yeah.
I love being down here. I can feel it already just, from the sun, being able to be outside. I feel so much better. Yeah. That kills the virus, anything over 80 degrees. So, so I think that's where we start. And we start with the things that God gave us, and Mother Nature's, providing us to bring our bodies or keep our bodies alkaline.
True.
Let me ask y'all this. With that being, you touched on something, the 80 degrees. Do you think it's because it's a long winter? I haven't been in the winter. It's been cold, bro. It's the middle of April. It's almost May. You know what I'm saying? And it's still cool. So do you think they're controlling the climate and the temperature too to try to keep this? I'm hearing all these conspiracy theories on the internet. So, because you touched on the temperature thing, about 80 degrees. And normally in Texas right now, boy, it's nice and warm. We done been through Texas relays, Gamma Beach, and all that. It's almost 90. So what are your thoughts about them controlling the climate too? Because it's snowing up there in Michigan.
Dog, it snowed heavy. It snowed like it was December. You know how it is. Like last week it snowed like it was the middle of December. So I do I've heard the same stories. I've heard the same conspiracy theories about weather control, but I do believe that technology exists. I believe that HAARP is real, and the government try to, and all of this is really it's a part of what
breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, they broke all the way out.
Yeah, we got a messed up connection today, boy.
Yeah,
Man, it's bad too.
Okay, you back?
Yeah, this Wednesday is bad, boy.
I think you back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that it's all connected, whereas when you control the weather and you have the chemtrails and the metals that are put in the air that we breathe in, that then line our lungs, and then the water and the food that also have metals that attenuate with our bodies, that over time creates and really it's a terraforming. So really it's a form of terraforming where they break the bodies down in order to change it. So they want to be able to control us, mind control us, and physically control us. That's what I feel all this is about. That's why you have such a push with all these governments coming together, and every day, all you hear is this, so that you could get used to this order. Get used to being told when you can leave and go to the store, how much food you could get, where you can work. You know what I mean? Like if you go outside, you can't, like when I took a flight here, when I got off the plane, I had to sign a paper stating that I can't leave the house for 14 days.
Man, quarantine.
So my thing is that, yes, I think it's a very well thought out plan. And I'm not saying that half cocked. I just, I've done some research that can back that up.
But so let's all agree, Africa is very hot, right?
Right.
Let's all agree, right? Africa hot, man. They still, it's hot. They still getting it in that heat.
They getting what?
They saying the corona. They saying it's still living over there. You know what I'm saying?
Who's they?
Well,
Right.
No, listen to what I'm saying,
you
though,
feel me?
bro.
Just like we all hear stuff from the internet. You know what I mean?
We watched the briefing.
You know how it is when, all right, you know how you heard how Detroit is?
Yeah.
It ain't like that.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying.
Right.
And like when you go to different places, that's why, like, I had people hit me overseas and ask me how it is over here because of what they're hearing in the papers.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? They're like, what is it really like? Because they understand that the news is sensationalized, and it's the same. We don't get.
Yeah.
They only show us what they want to show us.
And that's always been that way. That's why all around the world, King, people think that black people are bad. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Even from the kids. You know what I'm saying? We bad, we're bad, and from different countries, they're bad, they're this, and because they show them what they want them to see of us.
Exactly.
So it's the same
but
thing.
they want the culture. But the culture,
but they want our culture like a mug, you know.
Certain parts of the culture they want to take from that. A lot. It's imitated high is highly imitated in a lot of different cultures. But I mean, we were watching something where the UK, it was the UK, I believe, that did a press conference, and this was public.
Yeah.
You had showed it to me.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
He brought it to me, and they literally, did you see that?
I was on a plane Monday night, and it was full.
Man.
And it was full. And the pilots, the attendants, everybody, nobody had on masks or gloves, nobody. All I'm saying is that at the airport, they chilling. And so you know how strict they are. You know how strict they are.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that, look, if we take care of ourselves, if you wear a mask and gloves, right? This is from the medical community. I got some people who work in the medical community. That's to protect the people who are at higher risk. That they're supposed to wear for their protection, or you wear it if you come around, not to give it to them. But as far as when we go out in public and the contamination and the spreading thing, we're actually spreading more by using the gloves.
Wow, man. Wow. Now, ain't
because
that
if
something?
you're not disposing of the glove, you're
right,
collecting it, and therefore contamination, you're spreading it more.
Yes.
So it's, you know, you just gotta know what it really is. You just really gotta know what it is, and don't, you know, listen to this narrative out here. These people got everybody panicking.
Yeah.
And if we just do what we supposed to do, wash our hands anyway.
Like we supposed to. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Just wash your hands, you know, cover yourself when you sneeze. You know what I mean? We can still get some fist bumps and all that. But this excessive quarantining is a message.
Man.
Is deeper than the sickness. There are some people who are getting it and who have died of it.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, most of the people, you know, may have a symptom, and then and therefore they're saying this is the virus.
Yeah.
And, you know, they may die from something else, and then they say.
And Keisha just said the gloves are making her mad. She said these people are spreading germs, and because they wearing gloves all day, I guess, and just thinking like, oh, I can touch anything with the gloves on.
Correct. Like, but they're spreading more germs. Like, come on now.
Yeah, man.
The flu kills more people than this.
Well, I think that
everybody's had the flu.
It's true.
Ain't nobody wore no mask and gloves.
Yeah. And we don't never wear it then.
But what's happening is, I think that because of, and I have, my sister's a nurse as well, and then we have Keisha on here who's a nurse. So flu season is right now, right? I think it's just at the tail end of flu season. And then you had Corona hit at the same time. Now you can get both. There are two different strains of viruses. So what they were saying is, if we do not stop the spread of these diseases, the hospitals will be jam-packed. They're already jam-packed with the flu. And so many people were being misdiagnosed in November and December with either the flu or bronchitis. They told me I had bronchitis. Never had bronchitis in my life. This was a day after Christmas. Now, mind you, people have been traveling from November all the way through. They didn't close China until mid-January.
Yeah.
And so the virus has been here, and they know it has, which is why now they want to do antibody testing, because they know. So they said over 250,000 people have already been exposed to it and recovered from it. So
and the reason why they want to do that is so that when they cause the panic, they can then come with the antidote or come with the solution and be like, here's the vaccine. This is what you need.
Right.
Now, people are going to want to take it.
Yes.
They're going to want it.
For sure.
Oh,
and that's the problem.
Yep.
It's money
That
too.
For us, but that.
Yeah.
I ain't taking it. No.
It's depopulation.
I ain't taking it. But it's supposed to be, okay, so vaccines are supposed to be a dormant virus just to introduce your body to the antibodies so that if it comes in contact with the virus, it can say, hey, I've already been here. You need to go on about your way. I've built up antibodies, but I'm giving you a dormant form of the virus.
If that's the case, then what we doing?
No, I exactly hear you, because let me tell you, I've been in healthcare for 20 plus years, but I haven't worked I'm not a nurse on the administrative side. So I see the amount of money that the flu vaccine makes every year. And they'll tell you, we can't guarantee that it's gonna prevent you from getting the flu, nor can we say that we're giving you the strain of the flu that is out this year.
Yeah.
But if you do come in contact with the flu, it may not be so bad. Like you might get sick, but you won't get as sick.
Yeah. Because I don't get no flu shot.
And people are playing 50.
I ain't never got no flu
And
shot.
the time
like this.
I did get the flu vaccine, I did get the flu.
I put it to you like this. I ain't never got it real bad, right?
Right.
One year, my wife at the time, she was like, you know, you gotta get the flu shot, blah blah. I was like, I'm not taking the flu shot. I know, honey. She was like, you know, it's good. You know, once you get it, you know, I rarely get sick and all this stuff. I took the shot. I was sick. I ain't never got that sick.
But
that happened to
say,
me.
bro,
Facts.
I haven't.
I'll never do that again.
Facts.
I don't take no shots.
Right, you got the flu shot one time?
I don't take shots, man. I'm serious. I don't take none of that stuff, man.
I never again.
No, bro. I just don't do it. I ain't never had, because I don't get all. And I thank the Lord every day. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, man.
Because we already crazy.
Yeah.
We don't need to
See, that's real talk right there. That's where it is, right there. What do you really believe in?
That's the truth, man. And
like, really, what do you believe in?
That's true, man. And all of it.
You believe you ain't be out here tiptoeing.
Exactly. So and I go all the way back to the beginning when we first started all this. I said Psalms 91. And it's the prayer of protection, man. Now, like I said, I ain't out here licking doorknobs either, King. But I'm out here doing my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm licking these chops because wifey cooking at the house, man. But what I'm saying is, but you know what I'm saying, man. I mean, I'm really just out here doing my thing. I'm working, and I thank God for everything, every job He give me, for going in people's homes and doing this and showing them love and taking a lot of, I say killing a lot of the viruses that they have in their house. I'm doing that through my job. You know what I mean? And
no doubt.
You know what I mean,
King? You know what else the word says, right? Fear, God, there is no fear in God, right? They don't exist. So what's really going on right now is that they're spreading fear.
So King, what's this? What the fear stands for? False evidence appearing real.
No doubt.
Hold on. I agree with all that. We should not be fearful. We should be faithful. However, we also agree that there has been diseases since biblical times, and there is a disease that is running rampant right now, and we will put the flu in with that category that kills close to 1 billion people every year globally, in spite of a vaccine, in spite of your Tamiflu. However, this disease is killing much quicker than the flu when people come in contact with it. Hospitals and healthcare organizations cannot battle both these viruses at the same time. Are they overreacting? Yet, I think at some points they are. Are they creating a frenzy and a panic? I feel like they are at some points. However, we cannot feel like we cannot say that this is not a real thing for people to be aware of.
We're not saying
there
that.
shouldn't be a panic, and there shouldn't be a certain amount of fear, but there should be precautions.
Yeah.
Hey, let me say this though, real quick, too, though. Check it out. Remember your mind, though, because you think about cancer patients. Cancer patients live down there 5-10 years until they find out they got cancer. They die within 3 months, 2 months. A lot of this is mental and how we handle our mind.
Hello.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
Now that's true. Bro.
Money. I told my mama that. I told my mama that about 4 hours ago.
Man.
JK. That's your nickname for me.
She mad at me.
Oh, she mad at you.
That's true. Because, oh my God, we was listening to this guy. What's his name? Joe something. Anyway.
Oh, when?
The other day he writes those books. The guy, he's a neuroscience,
Oh, Joe.
So he was talking about how I swear, y'all, I don't care what nobody says. I'm gonna go take this test and I'm gonna come back on the show and I'm gonna tell y'all if I got the antibodies for the COVID. Because I know I had that shit.
She claiming I don't.
You know I had. Look, it was so bad. It was so bad. But I recovered from it.
Hold on. I think I had it too. I ain't gonna front.
That's what I'm saying.
I had it too. I ain't know straight up. I think I got it back in October.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. People came down with something that they never had.
I was sick for 3 weeks.
She was too.
And money. I think I talked to you like that end of that 3rd week. I just came out of it, dog.
Man.
Yes. But
like I was sick for 3 straight weeks, and it wasn't, and it was different. It was,
it was different. And it started in my throat. Like I was like, all of a sudden I called him midday. I said, "Man, I can't swallow." Like my throat just started hurting out the blue. I'm at work. I'm like, I just can't swallow all of a sudden. But it didn't feel like strep. But it kind of did feel like it could have been strep. But I didn't have a fever right away like you get with strep. And then about a week passed, maybe not even a full week. Then I started getting a cough. And I mean, I had mucinex, daytime, nighttime, bronchitis, all of that. It was laughing at that shit.
Keisha said a lot of people had it. She said a lot lot of people had it in October, man.
A lot of people had it in October.
She see it all. You know what I mean? She said a lot.
I'm telling you, I know I had it because it was.
Man.
Yep.
It was that. It was that.
And Bobby's cousin used to frequently travel to China back and forth. And she said they had been having people there with the symptoms when fall hits. And they did not close off those borders. You think about all the people that traveled in the airports back and forth for the holidays.
So let me tell y'all why I say that. I say that because I live in a building that's 80% Asian. And they live in China. See, I'm in Ann Arbor. So I'm at the university, I'm right downtown, and money, you know this, that it's a big population there. But in my building, it's about 80%.
Wow.
And I remember, because we conscious, we always pay attention, they were going back and forth. Matter of fact, a friend of a friend is from China. Her mom came and we, you know what I'm saying? Like I was exposed. And I remember thinking, because they always wear masks, and back then I was just like, like it was just normal, and it's still normal for their culture, for China
to wear.
But over here they were wearing it even more. And I remember I was like, wow, they're wearing it a lot, even more so. And then I got sick, and then all this stuff happened.
So it all just counted right into it. And Keisha said another thing, this stuff comes from Europe, man.
She said the COVID in the US came from Europe. But I think, I agree.
I think was a guy from UK, right? Then he patented the coronavirus.
Somebody, I don't know. I can't keep up with the virologists that be patenting these things. But I think that's what but yeah, it's been around for some time. And a lot of times it's like anything. They don't discover what it actually is until a certain amount of people start developing having issues. And then they're like, okay, we got a lot of folks with respiratory issues right now.
Yeah.
It happened with SARS. It happened with MERS. Now it's happening with Corona.
Because you got to understand, man, it's pneumonia that they're really dying from. You know what I mean? And then it's,
right.
that's the real thing. You know what I mean?
And they're saying that the coronavirus is a SARS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a form of
acute respiratory. Yeah, severe acute respiratory syndrome.
So there it is, man. You know what I mean? It's like it's always been here. It's right now. You might have to tell me why that 19 in the way it is, because
because he hit it 19.
You ready for that? No, listen, you ready for the 19?
Come on, man. I'm on here.
So they saying like 2019, the year, it's a new strain, or it's a 19th strain of the coronavirus. Okay. Nah, man.
Yeah.
What was the last major time that the world shifted?
Uh, 1999.
19 what?
Was it 1999?
9/11.
9/11.
Wow.
How long ago was that?
Man, that was
Well, 9/11, 2011. That it's 2020 now.
Shit, I was in Jersey when it happened.
That was 19.
That was 20 years ago. 21 years ago.
Yeah, 19 years.
Yeah.
I was in Jersey, man.
So when we talk about education too, we also got to do and make sure that people are on the numerology too. When you watch the news or certain things or mass murders or certain shifts happen, look at the numbers, because there's a numerology play as well. It's rituals. They
playing around with stuff.
Rituals.
Yeah.
And that's what they use in order to for it in their world to take stake.
My man Mac like the numbers too, though. He like the numbers like that. Talk about the numbers, Mac.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand, everything is numbers, right? Let's think about it. Everything is numbers, man, right? Everything, bro. You don't live on this earth without them. Right. You know what I mean? They trace from your birthday, from your Social Security, from your neighborhoods. Look what we throw up, right? You know what I mean? But it's wild. And the person, and I tell my son this, I say, son, when you learn numbers, you're going to change the world. I promise you. Or you're going to change the form of things that's going on around you, because that's what numbers do. And we need to teach, but we need to teach our Black kids this for real. And I'm being real, man, because numbers is the whole world. I'm telling you right now, man. You know why? Because they never end. You know what I'm saying? They only end when they put you in the grave. But until then, you're going to continue using them, man, because they very powerful. I mean, why you think the scientists are who they are? Numbers. You know what I mean? Formulas are formed, and even this all of this stuff that's coming, man, all of this it's all on numbers, man. And we got to understand, numbers are formed in the Bible. There is a book in Numbers that we sleep on. We sleep on numbers, but it has a lot to do with how things are formed on this earth, man. I'm serious.
Also, not to break up what y'all talking about with numbers, because it's very important. But there's also a book in Ecclesiastes. There's some chapter Ecclesiastes that talks about drinking wine after you've labored from your day and being merry. So I'm gonna have my wine tonight.
I like that too.
but we sleep on this. We sleep on numbers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mean to shut down no preacher, but I don't never hear him preaching on numbers, man. Why? You know what I mean? It's kind of like a lot of preachers don't like to talk about hell, but it's happening. You know what I mean? But so you gotta really realize the things. It's like they don't want you to know something, man. It's wild, man. You know what I mean, King? I mean, you know what I mean, Jack. Come on.
I think it's preference and perception too.
So you know, when you're talking numbers, right?
No, tell us, Jimmy.
Look at King.
No one's around you, Jimmy.
King looking at the street though, like.
Hey, so
somebody's watching me. Hey, and I got no family. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that's mom. Know that just to be careful out here,
Yeah.
Thing.
Already. Yeah.
But on the number thing, we've heard the old adage of you're worth your weight in gold.
Yeah.
That comes from that when we're born, you're worth your weight in gold, meaning you change from going from being a being to being a number the day that your birth certificate is signed, because what they don't tell you is that on that line, it says informant. So go back and look at your birth certificates, even the ones our own kids, look at the name that we signed, under it says informant.
Look at it.
So when you do that and they then give you your your social security number,
yes,
now you are a ward of the state.
Yes.
That's how they keep track of your worth.
Yes.
And then they trade your worth on the stock market. That's why you're a human resource. That's why every time you go get a job, you're linked to that account.
Wow.
Yeah, that's social.
That's why numbers are also important. And when you look at like y'all know how when I don't want to go keep
my brother Jason, he would love this.
Y'all know because y'all know all these companies like Gatorade, 7-Up, Sunny Delight, like the emblems, they all have meaning. So we're all influenced by the numbers and the signs.
Sign of the signs.
And those are the things that influence us, our subconscious. And that's why, too, we got so many people that are also getting sick because subconsciously they're influencing them. So when you talk about you got to watch your thoughts, correct? You have to watch your thoughts.
Because I'm gonna say something really meaningful. You just, man, that was everything what you just said. Subliminally, your thoughts. It's two factors to it. Now, if your thoughts, we don't think about how your thoughts can make you well, but we know for a fact that your thoughts can make you sick.
Right.
And it's a proven example. One day, it was many, many years ago. Well, I'll say many, but like 4 or 5 years ago, I had my very first panic attack. I did not know what was going on with me physically. I just felt overwhelmed in the moment because I was working on a project and then I had something else going on and I was trying to finish them both within a certain amount of time. So, but this is all mental, right? This is all coming from my thoughts. It's nothing physical. I couldn't touch it. It wasn't tangible. All of a sudden I start like welting up on the outside. And then I couldn't breathe right. Like, it's like my breathing was off. I couldn't even catch my breath. I had to go in the room and lay down. I was like, something is like, I can't breathe. How your thoughts can make you sick, literally to throw off your breathing, throw off your gut. Your skin starts to react. Like I started getting welts. It registered to
now listen to what you just said, right? Yeah. So it was coming out. It was coming out. What's your biggest organ?
Yes. Man. So it registered to me that if my thoughts can make my body react in that way physically, externally, and I know they're having an impact internally because it's coming out externally. What about if we think good things subliminally, our thoughts? What positive impact that can have on us internally? If we know it can affect us negatively, then how can it affect us positively if we think good thoughts? That was a huge wake-up call for me. I'm like, I didn't touch anything.
That's beautiful.
Physically exerting myself. It was all like mentally.
Nah, that's a great story. That's a great testimony. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God, that was very profound for me. And listening to that scientist or neuro guy, it just all like came together. We can make ourselves sick.
Yeah, mentally. And I think that's what people do. So when people look at me crazy and they're like, man, how you just come up with this? It's not that I come up with it, because it's just, and you know how I always say, man, God gave me this guy. Man, sometimes, man, I'm telling people right now, man, when you read the Bible, when you read the truth, it gives you truth. So certain things don't have to be said. He gonna show them to you, and then you like, wow. But you feel me, King, because I'm feeling you right now. I'm feeling your energy.
And Keisha just said that hypochondriac is a real thing. So hypochondriac is a real thing. So what's the opposite of that?
But I'm feeling you, King. Go ahead and finish that.
No. I'm y'all. What y'all are saying to me is the conversations that I had with my mother today.
Man, deep.
Like exact.
Man.
Exact.
I mean, we're on the same vibration, and we're on the same sound wave, vibration wave, and I believe in it. And that's just something we believe in this house. And because I tell people all the time, man, the spiritual world built the natural world. So y'all got, until you start understanding that the spiritual world built the natural world, you will start thinking in a whole different realm. But as long as you let the natural, the flesh, spank you, whoop you, slap you, then that means you believe everything the devil tells you, man. And you don't believe in Christ, and you don't believe in the Lord like that. So don't play with me. You can't play. You can play me, think you playing me all day. But the real man know your heart.
Ever since this popped off, you know what I say to people? If they want to go there, like I ask them a simple question, because I really want to know.
Right.
I'm like, do you believe in God or do you believe in science?
Uh-oh.
Because and I want to hear the answer to the reason of why you believe in one or the other.
Right. And it'll let you know where they at. It'll let you know where they at.
It'll let you know exactly.
I have a question for you and for Ray. I have a question for y'all, because this epidemic, this epidemic has brought us to opening up and conversating about a lot of different things outside of the norm that really have needed to be touched on for a long time, that have been neglected to be touched on for a long time, because we're so busy with the entertainment and all the other things going on, obligations in life. But how do y'all feel? What is your take on? I believe in God wholeheartedly. I could feel him in my spirit. It's not something that you could touch. It's a spirit. It's spiritual. But I know that he created us to create. He's the creator, and he created us to create. Mm-hmm. And so when I think science, I think of the gifts that he gave us. Like, so many scientists there's hundreds of thousands that have created things that we use to this day. So I believe in the gifts that he has given us through each other, but ultimately we're his creation. And so we're creating simply off the strength of what he put inside of us. So I do believe that Western medicine and medicine has its place, and it has saved a lot of lives, but ultimately we have to know where that is being sourced from. Yeah. And that's the factor that I think a lot of people forget, and they lean too much on Western medicine or medicine in general and forget about the source, the source of energy.
No doubt. And another part of that is that.
Go ahead, Jam.
No, go ahead, Doc.
No, go ahead. You on. I'm listening. Y'all doing well. Go ahead, baby.
We gotta be careful, because right now, well, not even right now, it's always been a war. And it's a war for our kind. And the problem with some people is that they don't have that connection They don't have that feeling. Therefore, they play God. And then what comes out are things like this. So you got guys patenting these diseases and putting them out. This is physical warfare. So it's like you talking about, this coming from a spiritual place. It was a war. So while the devil got kicked out, it was a war of really, defining who we are. So in knowing who we are, where we come from, and the people who make these diseases and cause these issues know that, because they want to feed off of that energy and create a shift, right? That's the war. It's just in a different fashion, and again, it's the same playbook. It's a fear until they make you want until you want to do what they want you to do. They're going to make you want to do it, and they're going to make you want it and take it. That's what's going on.
It's kind of like whenever so you're getting invested. I mean, that you're getting, like, I can say the police bring you in a room, and I'm just saying, a lot of people don't know their rights, and they keep asking you the same question 3 different times, and it make you kind of like give in. You know what I mean, bro? But if you just say I want to, you kill all that. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like they forcing you to take the bait.
Right, and it's the art of war.
Yes,
you mentally wear your opponent down.
Yes.
It's not physical.
No,
physical is easy.
It sure is.
Well, I won't say easy, but they couldn't look at slavery, right?
Yeah, right.
It's like couldn't do it.
Yes.
Still praising to the still creating, still like changing the world. They like, dang,
man.
Yeah.
We just took them through fire. They came out of that.
Yeah. We gotta get them up here.
Yeah. And they did a great job on a lot of us.
It's working.
But
it's still working to this day.
You know what I mean?
Because in our culture, I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other people's culture, but in our culture, we was just talking about this. I'm like, when did things get flipped? Like bad and craziness, and don't get me wrong, I'm entertained by my little share of ratchet TV too.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be to the point where it engulfs in it almost is like it's a plague on a culture, because psychologically we buy into so much of what we see that we identify in ourselves with culturally. Yeah. That the same other races can watch it, they can see it, and they can listen to it, but yet they don't identify with it directly, so it does not impact them in the way it impacts us mentally and psychologically. And so we buy into the propaganda and the movement, and then we become that.
Exactly.
And psychologically, you cannot say, that's like you saying a tiger is not going to act like a tiger when that's his kind. When that's what you show it, that's what it's going to act like and emulate.
That's right. That's
so
right.
We have been, yes, we might be physically stronger and genetically stronger in many ways and skilled. However, if we can't, like you said, physical has nothing to do. If they get you here,
and that's what they do.
Your mind is stronger than your body any day. Your mind can push you physically where you don't want to go, where your willpower don't want to take you.
Yeah.
Your mind can push you.
Mm-hmm.
So the mind is stronger.
Yes.
And so if they get you in the mind, then
Yeah, wherever the mind flows, the body goes.
Man, that's true.
One of the best quotes that we've learned, that Ray and I learned together, was at Michigan, and it was mental is the physical is 4:1.
Man, I'm feeling that. I like that right there. I really do like that. That was well said.
So I know we are in overtime.
Yes. Yeah, we can keep eating on this.
Let me leave you with this though. We're gonna. Hey, matter of fact, Max too. Hig just sent me a message. He love y'all. He can't wait till we get these technical difficulties back up so he can continue the conversation with y'all. He love how y'all move. Let me tell people that What they need to understand is that the brain and the mind is a natural healer until poison. Understand,
man.
Say that one more time, bro.
The brain is a natural healer until poison. So you can poison that in a lot of ways. You understand? What you intake through your eyes, ears, and physically. So poison comes in a lot of forms. Be careful how you poison yourself. So go ahead. Y'all did great. I love y'all.
Yeah. No, that
y'all, man. We got to do it more often, man. I'm down in the state.
Yeah.
How long you here for?
I'm here until they open up the world.
That's right. So
okay.
But Texas is open Friday, bro. We're supposed to be open Friday.
You said, well, I can't. You
Texas, we're supposed to be back open Friday too, from what I'm hearing, huh?
Oh, shoot, I hope so.
I
ain't come down here to sit around.
I don't know about
Shoot, I only been here 3 times. No, 4 times in the last 10 years.
Man.
Oh,
crazy,
dang.
man.
Y'all got to link up then
we
for
going
sure.
to link
Y'all
up.
have to link up.
Yeah, ain't no gotta. We going to. You know what I mean?
Y'all got to link up. I don't know if they're going to open the bars and the restaurants.
What up, man? What'd you say, Money?
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to sit still on you boys, my nigga. I catch you somewhere else, bro, but till I get a full understanding of what's going on, bro, I'm all right sitting still, bro. I ain't going to get I'm good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We in this for the marathon, for the long haul, my people. Let's process this right mentally, man, and then we're going to approach it the right way, Jam. Don't just jump out there on your boy.
Yeah. Yeah, man, because, you know, like I said, we all got to understand, man, that why you sitting still, Mac Facts, why you sitting still? You got several books that you can open up that will empower your mind, that will empower your soul. Mm-hmm. You got several minutes. You got 84,000 seconds every day. And you got so many minutes and so many hours that you can put your mind at ease in a lot of ways if you just believe in what you're reading in. Let me bring that back. It's only certain books that make you move anyway in a lot of different ways. But how about the book of truth? How about that book? Because we all know that this is a spiritual warfare, mentally and physically. I just said it. Wherever the energy flows, that's where the body goes. Mm-hmm. So you got to understand your energy. You got to understand your vibration, Mac Facts. So when you still understand and look around, pay attention to the smallest things that you didn't never pay attention to, because they are very big. Mm-hmm. You got to understand this, people. Pay attention to you. If you see the big things, oh well, okay, that's just that. No, man, start paying attention to the smaller things that you really can focus on, that's been out of focus in your life. Mm-hmm. We can't get caught up in this all the time, because you got to understand something. I'm always gonna say this: social media can be the tree of good and evil. Let's think about it. It got some goods and some bads. It's all, man, it's all you want to listen to, man. Let's keep it 1,000 with ourselves. And you don't have to spread it. You don't have to spread a lot of things in negativity. Because let me tell you something. Just like the wife said about her panic attack, you keep listening to that negative and see and watch you start manifesting it. Just keep on listening to it, man. That's why you got to get away from it. Put the TV away, cut it off, get into the book, start reading audio, get on something that's on real level playground that you would think that the GOD would want you to do. And if you don't believe in him, then hell, you in a whole lot of damn trouble. Because I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah. This COVID ain't got nothing if you don't believe in him. Mm-hmm. And let's just keep it real.
Word. That's true.
Hey, you're busy. That's what I love, man.
Mac Facts.
That's true.
Mac mandatory. Hey, boy, remember, if they don't listen to the Mac Facts, things can happen to you.
Hey, man, you gotta get down here, man. I got something I gotta give you, King.
You know, as soon as it open up, I'm there.
Man, I'm serious, man.
He in Texas.
Yeah, we gotta hang out, man. We gotta do something.
Y'all need to meet up halfway.
Shit.
No problem. Say the word.
We either gotta do it where he at, or we gotta do it where we at. Ain't
where you at in Texas, Jimmy?
Huh?
Houston, Dallas?
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
Oh, okay. You're only a couple hours away.
Yeah.
We down the street.
All right. Well, I enjoyed y'all.
35.
Hey, but do this for me, world, and make sure y'all do this. Continue to keep God first and continue to enjoy this time at home with your families. It's really a blessing for me to be around my wife and kids all the time. I love them. I love knowing that they stay. Please enjoy your during this season too as well. Bobby Mack, I'm gonna let you close us out. Jam, I love you and thank you for everything holding me down.
I tell y'all this.
Always money. You know what time it is, my dog.
And I don't want to be the one that Bobby Mack don't share bad news. I'm sometimes the facts, they just hurt because they real. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, dog, I said that yesterday.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So
I was like, yo, sometimes it just hurts. Like the truth hurts. Like it's
and don't get me wrong, bro. Let's bring it to the forefront. Truth is not hating. I'm sorry. Don't get it twisted. Truth is not hating. Truth don't need no proof. Right. It is what it is. Right. And you can take it how you want to, because let's really read into this. How long have we been really hearing people, man, I hate this job. Man, I'm tired of looking at these people. Man, my boss make me sick. Now you're at home, ain't got one. So you got to watch what you say, because the power's in the tongue. See, that's a fact. I better get off here, man, because I keep eating, boy. I don't care. This is what I do. This is what we do, man. I've been reading on this. And the book get me excited, man. I don't mind sharing, man. No. You know what I mean?
That's what we're supposed to do, man.
He gonna be mad at me. He gonna say, son.
Exactly. You didn't do your job.
Yeah, do your job. You know, so I mean, I just and shout out to Devon, man. You know what I mean, on spreading the word too. You know what I mean, and we got others that spread the word. But man, come on, man, let's stay 100 and be 100 with each other, man. Because let me tell you something, you need to divorce the lie and marry the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. Divorce the lie and marry the truth, because at the end of the day, the truth is gonna be everything to you, man. Everything. The lie gonna get you caught up. The lie is the one gonna get you caught up, because I'm gonna give you one more seed. I'm gonna drop one more nugget into you. The flesh profits nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The flesh profits nothing. Y'all put that in your pipe.
Put that in your hookah.
Now you put that in your hookah and smoke. I love y'all boys, man.
This is CBD. This is not tobacco. This is CBD from the Irish. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's really good stuff.
All right, family.
All right.
I love you, James.
I love you, man. King, I love you, boy.
Always. Now I love y'all.
It's good to be on with you. Blessings to you and your family. Hopefully y'all can link up while you're here. If not, peace and blessings and love to you and your family. Stay safe.
Yeah,
and we'll see y'all next week.
See you.
Bye. I'm about to go make some tacos.
That's my baby boy.
Peace, baby.
Cheers.